everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and this is Friday, March 1st. Can you believe it? We're in March. Now, if you are joining us, we are at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, March 1st. We are in the chat room right next door. Come on over and say hello, but you're welcome to lurk if that's more comfortable for you. I'm okay with that. I've got stuff in my way. Trying to get over here. There we go. So we are doing a semi-long premiere today. I told you that long premieres would be the last Friday of the month. Well, this is the first of the month, but my HughesNet doesn't roll over until the 4th. So I'm doing a semi-long video today, and then I'm going to do the 30-minute video on Monday. So you get 2 long premieres. Yeah, because Mondays will be a premiere as well. So what I'm working on today is I'm going to show you what I did all day for the last 2 days, but for now I'm going to show you what we're working on. These are some of the images from out of that big coloring book. And what I'm going to do, and I'll put these back on here in just a second because I want to show you what we're using. Lay these off to the side. I just love this big bunny. Doesn't he look so cute? He'll make a great tuck. But what I'm using is the front and back cover of that coloring book. So let me move this one to my chair, out of the way. And it won't matter what's on the back side because this is going to be put down. It'll be pockets, tucks, decorations on a page, so it won't matter. So I have my phone book over here to my left that I'm using for my glue station. And let me reposition these back on around. What I'm doing is, you can see I left a border around. That is so I can glue it to the cardstock first. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, I knew it was there and I can't silence my phone, so thank you. So I'm left a border. I'm gluing them to the backing of the cover of the book. And then once they're dry, I can go back and I'll have a firmer piece and I can cut them out. I can fussy cut them out a little bit more with a little bit more detail. So that's what we're doing here. Make room. I thought this bunny was so cute. It's on the same page as that little duck that I pointed out the other day when I showed you my kit. Okay, so I've got things where I need to put them. So now I can come back, and I am using liquid glue. I could use glue stick, but I want to make sure that these are going to stick and stay. I don't want them peeling up on me, especially while I'm trying to cut them out. And if I put the glue up close to the edge, it will squish out and give me my edge when I spread it down. And it'll be where it needs to be when I cut it out. So, I have made some changes to my kit. I'll be showing that in a future video. But Monday's long video, we are doing book page items, pockets, tucks, that kind of thing, with book pages. And I'm going to show you the book pages we'll be working with here when we get into my paper dyeing piece of this. But I'm going to be linking, in that video Monday, I will link to Melina Pliant's video where she did 20 different types of book page items. And so that's what we're going to play with, and that's why it's going to be a slightly longer video. It's because we're going to be making 20 of them. And I'm going to try to make it a marathon where we get them all in 30 minutes or so. But I'll lose my data. Any data I don't use, I believe I lose. So I want to go ahead and just max out the time, see how long it takes. And then Tuesday morning when I get up, I will have a brand new data cycle. And then we'll be good till the end of the month again. So you can see these, excuse me, you can see the images from the back side of the page. Now I will lose those when I color these, but I was afraid if I had glued them to the cover side of this page that all those bright colors of that cover would have shown through. And I didn't want to do that. So these flowers are going to be adorable. I'm going to have a coloring good time while I watch one of Maddie's videos, I can tell you. Now, as I am doing this, I can say that I will miss the sale on Saturday. And I think she may have the new Timmy fabrics, and I'm going to have to miss them. Because Saturday is what we call Double Down Day in my writers group. And so I will be working on my book all day long. It's pretty much written, but when I wrote it in November during National Novel Writing Month, I wrote scenes as they came to me. Now I have to go through and piece them together and put them in the chapters and in the order where I know they need to go. So that is my project for Saturday. I'm going to try and do this to where I don't lose any of my other images. Okay, so there's the first one done. I'm hoping Tabby doesn't come over here and try to help. She's over on my actual desk watching the birds. I think she's hoping Fluffy will come back around. Fluffy had gone home, I think, for several days. And he comes back, and every time he comes back, it's like starting all over again with him. He's timid. He's not sure he wants to trust me. And I really hate that for that cat. I don't know where he lives or what his situation is, but I hate that he has to start that trust thing all over again when he comes back. Okay, so there's those pieces. I'll start with this great big girly bunny with her basket full of flowers. Look at the bows on her Crocs. Those are cute. Now I went through and I picked out pages that had things that I could cut out and use for ephemera. When I do my pages video, which I believe is next Friday, I believe, due to the length of the videos, I've had to not necessarily put them in order of how I'm doing them. So I got that one a little close, but I think we'll be okay. But I've also gone through and picked out 2 pages that would be perfect for the center of each of the 2 signatures, because they're going to be great ones to color. And so I wanted to make sure I had those in place. And then I also have other pages that I'll show you what we're going to do with them as far as how we're going to incorporate them into pages in the book or in the journal. So lots to show. I think I have this set up to do this in 5 videos, counting the haul video that I did, the kit video. Over the next 2 weeks, I will be doing them all except the last 2, the final tidbits and the final flip through will be the week of whatever the 13th falls in. Because I know I have one of the videos scheduled for the 13th. Well, it's in my planner for the 13th. It's not recorded or scheduled yet, but it's in my planner to upload it on the 13th. Probably shouldn't have put that one so close till I got that one. I didn't think about him not being down. I don't know if we can pull that flower up or not. Yeah, we can. We can pull him over here. The only thing about working with glue is I seem to wear it. So as you can tell, my finger is sticking to everything. I used those 6 Easter egg die buttons to make my dies. Some of them were quite interesting, as you'll see here in a couple of minutes. And I'm not sure why. But it is what it is. But I'm really having fun with this journal. And I know I wasn't going to do any more challenges. I wanted to finish up the journals I have started. But I have the opportunity to be connected with Jessica's playlist. And that could bring me new subscribers and let us meet new people. So I jumped on that one. I've also been playing with another group on here, Tina's Messy Life, and through her I've met a gal called Mrs. Cat, and I can't remember Kat's last part of her handle, but I will link her channel down below. And as of today, when you're seeing this, she has an open collab going. And we'll see. I don't want to get too much on my plate and not get the other stuff done. Bob will be home on the 13th. I think that's when it is. And somewhere in that, whatever that Tuesday is. And I'm trying really hard to finish this stamp organization cataloging situation. And part of the cataloging step to that is that I need to scan the covers of all of the stamp cases. You know, the card insert that shows you how many stamps are in there and what they look like, because I'm going to shrink them down to where I can get 4 to a 4x6 card, and that will be how I catalog them. And then the full package will be in the sleeve with the stamps. So the scanning part is going to take some time. And so I've got it set up to where hopefully I can do, if they're short categories, that I can do a couple of categories every day, in amongst the other business writing type stuff I need to be doing. So, oops, that bunny didn't go down very well. We're going to have to see why he didn't plaster. He went down with a wrinkle. One thing about Tombow, it's very forgiving. Okay, now, there's our last little flower. And that gives us both of these done. Okay, so those are all glued down. I'm going to put them over on the ironing board later and weight them down. Now, one of the cool things is if you do have glue on your fingers, I have learned that a little bit of sanitizer goes a long way to getting it off. There's Tabby over on her perch. I don't know what she's going to do when I put a corner shelf over there. But she's got to quit sitting on my Joey box for my dish. I'm afraid she's going to burn it up. Not letting it breathe. Okay, so I got this done. Let's move my phone book out of the way. Okay, so my papers that I dyed. These were the red, I believe. Yes, these were the red. And I started with some book pages. And that was the first depth of color. Then I came in with some pages from that sketchbook. And I used my dotted grill pan and a wire grill pan. And then what was left, I went through and I dyed some notebook papers just because. Now, notice, the lines all turned pink, but there's residue of blue on there. And so those came out quite interesting. And then I always keep my parchment papers when I do those. So I'm going to lay those there. This will become part of this. So there's the red. And I'm going to leave one of the book pages off to the side. We can do a color scope here. Then I had the orange. And the orange was another interesting one by the time I got to the notebook paper. Here's the orange on the book pages. And then here's the grill pans. That wire grill is really faint, but I'm okay with that. Subtlety sometimes is a good thing. But then here's the notebook papers. The blue lines are pink. We have this yucky, gritty, dirty color. But if you look in some places, you can see a hint of the orange. So they'll still work for journal pages. Look at that. That's completely pink. There's no orange there really at all. But they'll still work for journal pages. So that's okay. They don't have to be perfect, right? Okay. Then we get to the green. Now this is the actual green. Okay, so bear with me. This is the green. This was the green tablet, and there's our green book pages. And here's our green grill pan. And what I did was I sandwiched this between a larger grill pan and a small one They came as a set, so I put the paper down on the big one, and then I put the small one on top. And that's why I get just the smaller impression. But when I go to cut these down to fit inside the book, I think I'll be okay. So we should be okay with that. But then here, as we get down to the greens, you can tell where I started first. And they are almost a lime green. Patterns where the water soaked through and swirled. So that was the green. Okay, now let me move the green out of the way and show you the yellow. Here is this pretty lemon yellow. I love this bright yellow. I'll lay one of those aside, lay my other book pages aside, and let me flip this over. Here's our grill pan. These were the pages that I did next. Okay, and then we get to the notebook paper. The blue is gone. The blue has mixed with the yellow, and now I have a light lime green on all my pages. And let me show you the other part of this that was interesting. If I had any dye left by the time I got through the book paper, or the notebook paper, I poured it into a spray bottle. They look identical. One is the green, one is the yellow, and I couldn't tell you which one is which. So we'll see when we play with them. Then I had the blue, and the blue stayed pretty true to form. There's our book pages. And notice they've got a little bit of a purple in that blue, which there usually is. But then you can see blue patterns in the notebook paper, but all the blue lines are pink. But these were the first ones that I did, and you can see where some of them have a little bit more blue to them. So that was the notebook paper. And then here's the grill pans and the wire. You can just see the wire in that one. I did two of the wire on that one. I don't know why I did it in reverse. And then my parchment paper. I knew I was trying to think of it. And then we had the purple. This one was pretty cool. This was what that purple started out like. Isn't that pretty? But then again, some of them came out blue. So that was the purple. Supposedly. But they're all going to look great in this journal, I have no doubt. And then purple dyeing the notebook paper, the blue lines became pink, and I almost have a pink tone to these papers. There's some blue. And then the grill pan really came out good in this one, in this color. Looks like a little paw print. And then the grill wire really came out good in this one too. So those were my papers that I spent 2 days. Took me about 2 hours to dye all 6 colors. And this is what we wound up with. In the true color fashion. Those are so pretty. I'm going to have fun playing with those. We're going to use the book pages on Monday for the 20 different types of book page elements for your journal. And I went with this one primarily because we can only use so many book pages. And thankfully, the book that I chose didn't have a whole lot of pages. So by the time I did these in the different colors, saved some to use for other things in this journal, I've just about used up this entire book by the time I get this journal done. So I'm really happy about that. So, we're at 19 minutes. I know this was, I said this was kind of going to be one of those. I am going to be talking about my kit again on Monday because it has changed. So that will be a quick video maybe for Sunday, just a quick watch video. And then we'll be back here Monday for a larger premiere. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Remember to check out Jessica's links, Paper Terrace, down in the description box below. plenty of time to jump in and come play. And I will see you back here. Short video on Sunday and a full chat premiere video on Monday. As always, remember to like, to share, subscribe, and I'll see you then. Creative blessings.